Hello, we are Sarah Bramall and Rebecca Daniel, and together we are the Coaching Catalysts. We're both ICF accredited coaches, we're coach trainers for lead coach training organisations, and we're coach supervisors.
And together we work with coaches and professionals, helping them to enhance their coaching practice. We do this via the Coaching Catalyst Collective, which is a service that is designed for coaches who use coaching skills in their work, in their business, to help them to elevate their coaching practice, develop their skills, and enhance their abilities as a coach.
Where are you learning? Where are you growing? Where are you changing?
I've done group coaching with both you, Rebecca, and Sarah, and I love them.
And I remember a lecturer saying to me that a coach can only ever take their clients as deeply as they've taken themselves.
And I'm very, very lucky that Sarah and Rebecca were the first people that I approached, but have been exactly what I'm looking for.
It was actually the addition of supervision which helped me to develop as a coach even more.
Often have you sacrificed your sleep or skipped your lunch or not booked a doctor's appointment?
When we can start to really embrace our clients and their differences, it's then important for us to look at our own biases and our own assumptions.
We need employees to be offering some greater flexibility about working hours.
You appreciate that us as people will get so much more out of our business if we get so much more out of ourselves.
Just loved, having the space to kind of dream.
Now I'm reaching my top goal, which I didn't think I'd be anywhere near. And I think without the support of Rebecca and Sarah, I really don't know if I would have got to that point.
So if you want to work with us either one-to-one, via the collective, or training for your business or organisation, we look forward to hearing from you soon. Get in touch with us using the details below.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Here we are, Monday lunchtime already. How are you doing?
I know, I'm good. So I know people are thinking, I've just seen you live this morning and we're seeing you again. Yes, this will be happening throughout this week. We'll be going live throughout the week, showcasing some of the wonderful people that we work with in our supervision service or business to business contracts that we've got for people that have invested in supervision for their cohort and for their employees as well. And so we are back with another client showcase.
We are here today to introduce our wonderful client in the Coaching Catalyst Collective. Her name is Kate Greaves. She's going to tell us all about herself in a minute. We're very, very excited to be joined by lovely Kate today. We're going to find out about her coaching journey, what made her join us in supervision in the collective, and what she would say to anybody who's thinking about joining the collective. So without further ado, let's welcome Kate to come and join us. Hey, Kate.
Hello. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rebecca.
Hey, thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Great to be here. Sorry. Usually Rebecca and I are quite good at tag teaming, but I think we're both full of it after lunch maybe, and we're both trying to talk at the same time. Kate, we'd love you to introduce yourself. Please tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you and the work that you do.
So my name's Kate. I live near Manchester. I live with my husband and two children, I was going to say young children, but growing now, too fast sometimes. My background is in education. So I was a teacher and a leader for nearly 20 years. And around about 4 years or so ago now, I started my journey to becoming a qualified coach. And I qualified nearly 3 years ago. And those last 3 years have now kind of completely flown. So my work as a coach is kind of twofold, really. So my own business, I support one-to-one teachers who are looking to grow, develop in their careers. Maybe they have wellbeing challenges that they want to tackle. So really it's about them thriving, not surviving, and that's my kind of focus to my one-to-one work. And then alongside that, I also have an employed role as a coach, where I support senior leaders in education, but senior leaders to embed their mental health and wellbeing practice. And so that's really fulfilling in terms of having an impact across the school and not just with an individual. I also do lots of CPD training as well. So that's like a growing kind of branch of my coaching practice. So lots of varied kind of things going on. And yeah, exciting.
Oh, Kate, thank you so much. And you and I connected originally through the Coaching Academy. Both of us have got backgrounds in the Coaching Academy. Yeah. And we have worked together there. You've supported me delivering some training for the Academy as well. Always much appreciated. Yeah, thank you. And, you know, when you share your story and your journey, Rebecca and I really resonate closely with that. You know, so just like you, we are English teachers. Both of us very, very passionate about the role of coaching in education. And, you know, when you were talking then, I was like, wow, had I known you back when I was still in the classroom, what a difference that would have made, what a difference that would have made to me, a difference it would have made to my colleagues. So thank you for the incredible, important work that you're doing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? You know, it's one of those that, you know, yeah, exactly. Had I had, you know, people like me, you know, many years ago, I think that it would be a very different experience. And, you know, as I'm sure you can both kind of resonate with, there's a lot of good, there's a lot of bad, and there's a lot of ugly that goes on in education. And I think that, you know, having that kind of person to support you to develop yourself, because so much of what goes on as a teacher and as a leader is about obviously the students, obviously the school, but there's a lack of kind of self there. And really, for me, that kind of needs to come first in order for that individual to be able to be the best that they can be for their students and for their school more widely.
It's always nice to speak to people that are really aligned, Sarah, with like where we've been, where we are, and actually also where we want to go and what we want the industry, whether it's in education, whether it's the coaching industry, to look like. So thank you for all the amazing work you do. So we know how you came to stumbling across us, and it wasn't just a stumble, but we know how you came to being with us. So what was it that was the kind of calling factor for you in engaging in coaching supervision?
Well, for me, I think that the work that I do kind of brings me into contact with individuals or groups of individuals who have sometimes nowhere else to go with a lot of the issues that kind of come up. And so, you know, in the coaching sessions that I do, I can quite often be in this position where I am having to maybe signpost, maybe kind of, kind of tweak out a little bit more from the clients than would perhaps be the case in other kind of realms of kind of coaching and other niches. And I think having that place where you can go, where I can go, to reflect upon how I've dealt with those situations, and also to, I think this is probably one of the most valuable things I've got out of the experience really is having others' opinions and others' perspectives on the challenges and on the issues that have cropped up within my coaching practice, because sometimes we can not see, you know, we can kind of see it from our own perspectives. We can maybe kind of go to our own coach or our own supervisor, and, you know, kind of maybe get a little bit of an insight from them. But actually having a group supervision set up like we've had has actually enabled me to see some new viewpoints and some new perspectives, and that's been really, really valuable for me.
Fabulous. Thank you. It's wonderful to hear that. And I agree with you. That is the power of group supervision. Working with coaches who don't necessarily work in the same niche as you as well, you know, have a different frame of reference, a different context and background, but actually having their lens on the case that you bring. I agree. Super, super valuable. Yeah. So we have been working together it will be coming up for a year now, because I think the first session that we had together was in December last year, and you've worked in group supervision with me, and then with Rebecca in the second half of this year. So looking back to where you were sort of at the end of 2022, what is the difference between you in your professional role at the end of 22 and where you are now? I.e., like, what difference has supervision really made for you?
I think that, as I said, it's about kind of having that ability to see others' perspectives, to get that self-reflection space, to really kind of consider where I am, as opposed to being kind of in the mix of, kind of coaching sessions, kind of sometimes quite frequent coaching sessions that come up. And it's getting that reflection space to be able to take that step back. I think that it's also, I've loved the frameworks that have been shared in the group supervision sessions. And that's really helped me when I've kind of gone back and taken my own, kind of perspectives, questions, to my own kind of coachees as well. Just to kind of have that kind of knowledge and that understanding of supervision and kind of that framework there that I can then kind of use and apply in my own kind of context. And yeah, just the opportunity to support others as well. I don't think as a coach we get very many opportunities to actually support other coaches, not in the setup of a supervision session anyway. And I think that's been really kind of valuable. And I just having that kind of that knowledge that if something does crop up, I'm safe, because I've got somewhere that I can go and take that on a monthly basis in order to discuss that and to reflect upon it. There's a real kind of sense of I don't know quite what the word is, but there's a real kind of sense of kind of kind of calmness, I suppose, that you're not, you're working ethically, that you are able to have that kind of place, that outlet, rather than it just being something that you kind of maybe continue to kind of ponder over or kind of procrastinate over, or kind of that you're not quite sure whether you're doing something right. You've got somewhere where that can be discussed and reflected upon.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think you're an amazing team player. When we're in our group sessions, you and everyone else are so invested in each other's growth. That's the beauty of group supervision, is seeing the camaraderie between you all, but like the investment that you have in yourself, but also in each other's success and development and transformation. So I think we might be having, Sarah, a potential supervisor like in action here. I can see it, but I'm not going to sprinkle any more into your long experience there, Kate.
I think
but watch this space.
It's interesting though what you just said there, Rebecca, because I agree. We're all in different kind of points, in our kind of coaching journey. I've been qualified for nearly 3 years, but there are people who are not currently qualified, who are just qualified, and we all have something to bring to the party. It's not like there's any kind of hierarchy or anything like that. It's very much kind of we're all coming together in on equal kind of grounds, and we've all got something that can be valuable to share, and we've all got insights that can be really important for someone else to kind of hear. So yeah.
Perfect. So I'm just going to go back just a little bit, because you've done one-to-one supervision with Sarah. Am I right in that, Sarah?
I think we had one session, didn't we? Yeah, we had one session before we started group. Yeah, that's right, Rebecca. Yeah.
And then you've done group as well. And the reason why I bring that up is because some people are not too sure whether it's one-to-one they go down or whether it's group they go down. And because you've experienced both, what would be your takeaway from one-to-one? And then also, the same with group.
I think obviously in one-to-one, you get more of an opportunity to bring you and to really kind of, I suppose, go to town on that kind of everything that's kind of playing on your mind and all of the nuances of it. You don't need to, I suppose, there's that sense that actually you can kind of really focus on yourself. And I think that if you have a particular issues that kind of keep cropping up for you, kind of one-to-one would be an ideal place for that to be brought. I think with group, obviously, you're not necessarily going to get as much time just for you to bring your challenge or your issue to the table. But I think actually over time, I've started to actually find that the group is more valuable, even though you're not, I mean, even when you're not necessarily going to bring, kind of something to supervision from your own self, but actually listening to everyone else and seeing what they are saying, you can hear a lot of yourself in others. And that's where that kind of strength comes from, in that you're able to really support others and kind of learn about yourself whilst hearing from, others' issues. And I think you kind of broaden your horizons and perspectives on coaching as well, and you kind of learn more about what's going on out there and how people are approaching things. And so I really enjoy the group dynamic. And I've kind of definitely, as I say, I've kind of been in a group with both Sarah and Rebecca, and I think that I've enjoyed both, and there's slightly different styles there, but actually I really enjoy both. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, a little curveball I threw at you there, but I think it's really important. It's important for people to know the differences, especially when they've never engaged in it before. So thank you for sharing that. I can see we're just at our kind of wrap-up points. I'm going to hand over to Sarah to kind of summarise the rest of this. But thank you, Kate, for sharing.
Perfect. Thanks, guys. So yeah, as we've been saying, Kate, the work that Kate does is really, really closely aligned with our values. For us personally, for Rebecca and I personally, really always love talking to you, Kate, about your work, about the reflection. Thank you also so much for sharing about your experience of the collective and of supervision. If you want to contact you or connect with you after this call, what's the best place to do that?
So I've got my website, so that's kategreavescoaching.co.uk, and I mainly hang out on LinkedIn and also on Facebook. I have a Facebook group as well called The Unstuck Teacher, so that's where you can find me.
Wonderful, Kate, thank you. And just finally, just sort of on a closing note, what would you say to a coach who is considering investing in supervision and joining the collective?
Do it. I would say, I think if you want to work as an ethical coach who is mindful of, your own practice and wants to deepen your understanding and your reflection time, absolutely, group supervision is invaluable.
Super, Kate. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are listening, watching with us today, and you're wondering whether supervision is right for you, the good news is that the doors are open now to the collective service. We are opening doors to our group supervision, which is going to start in October. So you just need to head over to the link here, bit.ly/coaching-collective. Doors are open until Friday. If you've got any questions, if you're wondering about whether this is going to be a good fit for you, whether it should be group, whether it should be one-to-one, send us an email or send us a DM, and we'd be really happy to have a call with you and see which is right for you.
So we're going to be back tomorrow with some more showcases, and again throughout the week, so tune in. At 10 o'clock tomorrow we are introducing one of our supervisors. We've got Dawn Wright coming to share a bit more about her and what she does, and then we've got another supervisor straight after Dawn, which is Phyllis. So that's 10 o'clock, 10:30, and then we possibly will have another showcase at 1 o'clock. But tune in, keep an eye out on the pages on Facebook and on LinkedIn, and we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us. If you're watching later, give us a #replay and let us